to be able to sponsor this proclamation for North Coast Opportunities. At this point, the Executive Director, Morgan Colstein, will be doing a presentation on NCO. Thank you.
Thank you.
On behalf of NCO, let me first thank Carmel and the Health and Human Services Agency for sponsoring this proclamation, and to the board for acknowledging the 40 years of valuable services that North Coast Opportunities has provided to our community. I want to give you just a very brief overview of the agency and some of the programs that are within the agency, and then I'm going to introduce Patty Bruder, who will talk about the community action projects that are underway. NCO is one of the major employers in the county with 250 employees. And when you add child care providers to that, we make a significant impact. Although primarily serving Lake and Mendocino counties, we have a presence in the seven northern California counties. Over 5,500 clients are positively impacted each year by our services. And with a budget of $18 million, NCO is a significant economic force in this community. NCO programs provide a broad array of services. Our governing board is a tripartite board which is mandated by the Community Action Program, and each member must be a resident of either Lake or Lake or Mendocino County. These are the members of our governing board. We're fortunate to have a very strong board, a very active board. Over the past months, they've been faced with a number of challenging situations, and they have made the tough decisions. Our staff at NCO feel well supported by our governing board. And you'll see a number of familiar names that were on that list, and I would point out, this will go back, that Anna Mahoney is retired ×4 because that's the number of times I have personally heard her say she was retiring. And fortunately, she has not.
×4.
The Administrative Services provides all NCO programs with accounting, personnel, and general administrative services. Our accounting department manages some 47 contracts, prepares and submits the fiscal reports for each program, and deals in conjunction with the programs with all the federal and state auditors that it monitors. Head Start, and I want to call to your attention as we go through these programs very briefly, I want you to look at the number of years of service at the program directors. Head Start is a comprehensive, multicultural child development program. And a very unique part of this program is the strong parent involvement through the Program Policy Council. Each Head Start site elects a parent representative who serves on the PPC. And the PPC shares the governance of the Head Start program with the governing board and Head Start staff. The PPC must approve, in conjunction with the governing board, all major decisions facing this program, whether it be budgets, revisions, hirings, terminations. This year, the Head Start, the federal review this year found NCO's Head Start Child Development Program to be in full compliance with 2,000 plus Head Start regulations. I thought Medi-Cal and food stamps were complicated. In fact, the federal review team commented this was one of the finest programs they had ever reviewed. And for those efforts, Head Start was awarded a gold certificate for excellence. And fewer than 10% of the Head Start programs throughout the nation received this award. Rural Communities Child Care has grown over the years from a $700,000 program to over $7.5 million. There are two key elements to this program. The first is subsidized child care. And I would point out, I think on this slide, that it's child care costs for parents who are working or having educational opportunities or going to school. And even though that they are serving the 468 families in Mendocino County and an additional 400 in Lake County, we still have 630 families with 922 children on the wait list for subsidized child care. A typical family, a single mother with 2 children earning $8 an hour, working 40 hours a week, will earn somewhere around a gross income of around $1,400 a month. By the time she pays child care at $3 an hour, 45 hours a week for each child, the child care alone costs around $1,200. She would then have $200 left for all other expenses, be that medical supplies, rent, taxes, medical insurance, transportation, food. So subsidized child care is a crucial key to parents who are trying to reach self-sufficiency. The second part of Rural Communities Child Care is resource and referral. And this is the group that counsels parents about child care resources and provides referrals based on the needs of the children and the parents. Part of their mandate is developing the child care profession through training, education, and technical assistance. And they're both increasing the supply of child care providers and improving the quality of that care. This is a picture of the, on the lower right, of our first Spanish child care training class, and a second class here on the left. And then the upper photo has to do with 2 young women that have just completed a child care training course through Mendocino College. Redwood Caregiver Resource Center. The client here is the caregiver. And California recognized early on the impact of families caregiving for their family members, and they created a system of 11 caregiver resource centers throughout the state. The purpose of RCRC is to ease the emotional stress and isolation that 24/7 caregiving can cause. They use a combination of counseling, individual and group support, care planning, and providing respite care. Each year they have an annual retreat, and literally what they do is to pamper the caregivers. Often this is the only mini vacation that some of these people get during the course of a year. Foster grandparents. This program is so special to me because my grandmother was such a significant influence in my life. And foster grandparents are assigned to a room where they're to provide services for a small number of young people. But what you find is they impact the entire classroom. There is something absolutely marvelous about the intergenerational connection that occurs when young folks and grandparents come together. The young people learn from the wisdom, the stability, and the strength of the over 60s, and the foster grandparents appreciate and enjoy the freshness and the curiosity and the enthusiasm of the young folks. They provide a number of services, and what was found uniformly, that is in addition to helping with homework, language skills, daily living tasks, in all of the categories, there was a significant improvement in the self-esteem and self-confidence of the young people. Lots of hugs are given. And I think finally there are 85 foster grandparents throughout the 5 counties, providing assistance to 340 children. In Mendocino County this year we celebrated the 35th anniversary of foster grandparents. 2 wonderful articles, and this is Grandma Sarah that we have a picture of at our celebration that we had. And when you talk to the foster grandparents, uniformly they say they get far